Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am going to give multiple information here, and today I'm going to talk about something about business, which is real estate, which is what I do, and I'm an expert in that field. So one of the things I believe in, like I should never take advice from people who don't know anything in that field, right? So there are plenty of people who are ready to give you advices in everything, but one thing you have to remember is make sure you take advice from people who knows in that field. So what's my credibility? I'm a realtor with Glory Asco Realtors, and almost close to 12 years in the business, and I am in platinum level in Circle of Excellence, which is the topmost in New Jersey. Last 2 years, that's 20 million sales. So I started from the bottom, and I came to the top in New Jersey. I have a lot of friends in California, other realtor friends in New York City. For them, 20 million is nothing. It's just one deal. But in New Jersey, it's still a big deal because the maximum price in New Jersey, anywhere from the medium range is like 500 all the way to $1 million or 1.2, 1.6. So getting 20 million is not that easy. So that's my credibility. So now you can, where I'm coming from. So whatever advice I'm giving, it's all based on my experience from the field. Because before, long time back, I want to get into real estate investing, and I don't know where to go about it. I don't know anything, so I started reading books. Then I started learning it. Then I become a licensed realtor. So then I started practicing what I learned. Now I have a very good understanding of it. So I have a lot of friends who are my clients also. They all want to know more about investing. Investing is a big topic. It's not, we cannot probably cover in one episode, but all my videos I want to be brief and short. So this way you get the high level point. Then if you need more details, you can definitely reach out to me in phone or text. My phone is 732-501-8643. All right, so what's real estate investing? Everybody wants to do some investing because they see people making money out of it, but nobody has time. Most of the people are in IT, they are full-time busy, have no time to go after this, and the rest of the people are business people, they are also busy. So how people make money, what's the advantage? So I'll go with the basic things, the smaller one to the higher one. So what are my clientele who did in real estate investing, right? I have clientele who has with one condo or two condos. Most of them have like two or three, two up to 12 to 13 properties. Those are my clientele list. There could be more. I work with all kinds of builders, multimillionaire builders also. I know I work with one of them recently who has multiple buildings in New Brunswick. So what is investing? So investing is you buy. So starting from the lower grade, it's a condo investing. Let's take it a condo investing, where you need to put at least like 20-25% down. You buy a 2-bedroom condo with 2 baths or something in any hot area, which is closer to everything, either train station or it's closer to shoppings. So you need to do a good thorough analysis on the areas, and then you buy it. Then once you buy it, you are going to rent it out. So what are the things you need to look into? So you need to look at what are your total expenses. Which is if you're buying mortgage, then there is a mortgage payment, then there is tax, there's maintenance fee, then any other expenses which can come during the landlord time. So the rent, most of the condos, you don't make positive cash flow in the day one. Once you pay off, then probably you can get more cash flow. In some areas, your the rent is very good; it will cover the expenses. So you need to look at. So there is some mathematics you need to do, but overall, you are putting money towards it. You can transfer the ownership to your kids. Um, so it's kind of investment. What's the advantage of real estate investment? At least in my view, compared to stock, which goes up and down, real estate you have some asset in your hand. Overall, like your expenses are paid by the tenant. Let's say you have tax maintenance fee and the mortgage. Most of it are paid by tenants. So over a period of time, you will build up equity, right? And once everything is paid off, then you are continuously getting rent. So that's the basic real estate investment. I have clients who likes to invest in condos, townhomes. They are comfortable in that level because all the exterior, everything, most of them are maintained by association. You have to look at the bylaws. So that's how condo investment works. Some people have like a single family investment. They buy a bigger home and they rent out the previous property. It's a decent, good idea. It all depends on what kind of clientele you get. If your property is in a bad area, then your tenants will be like a less qualified tenants. Then you have more headaches to worry. So you need to do your due diligence whenever you pick an area. You can work with a good realtor in your area. I can help you in anywhere in New Jersey around here. So you can take my advice, or you can do your own due diligence. Then identify the place. So what's the next level? So there are people who have condos. So I want to get to the next level. What's the next level? So next level is something called multifamily. So where does multifamily exist around here? In New Brunswick, there's a lot of multifamily homes. So there are 2 families, there are 3 families, there are apartment complexes, depending on how much you want to spend. So 2 family means it's similar to 2 condos together. So here you are taking care of the maintenance fee. You are taking care of the maintenance of the units. So there is no association, so there is no association fee. But if something breaks, you are responsible. So you are going to take care of those. So most of the time, let's take New Brunswick multifamilies. They are very old properties. You cannot really find a newer property over there, but it's very old. But you get decent if the condition is not too bad when you look, and you can get probably 2 separate tenants in each of the units. And if you qualify them and you get the right best tenants, then your income out of it, most of them are income is higher than expenses, because tax is low, because building is old, and there is no maintenance fee. So this way you kind of create positive cash flow. So a lot of people, I recently sold a multifamily. Actually, he bought it 3-4 years ago, and he sold it for a very good profit. And we got multiple bids, and we got more than list price. And he made decent money out of that transaction, keeping it 4 years. So he was an investor. And the person who bought it, he had at least 4 or 5 multifamily in New Brunswick. He's a young guy, but they do investment. And he told me, Jay, I invest only in multifamily. I don't like condos. So multifamily, you can make more money. What's the risk in multifamily? Sometimes your sewer can break, or your roof may be old, something can happen, so you are responsible. So what are the main things you need to remember when getting into multifamily? So the first thing is, again, you do a good due diligence in the area, and get good tenants with a good credit score and good income, decent income. And also pick an area where it can be rented out quickly. Look at the conditions, do a good inspection. Then you work with the mortgage guys. Mortgage guys are very strict these days with the COVID, because they are scared that tenants won't pay rent. So they are really tightening the mortgage rules. Some banks doesn't even give, but you have to look and you have to check. and whatever works, like either cash or there are still some mortgage companies who does the mortgage, so you work with them to get a loan, right? So that's multifamily investing. What's the next level of investing? A lot of people see in the TV, so flip, right? Flip is the latest trend. Everybody wants to do this, everybody wants to get into it. If you are not with a good realtor who knows what he's doing, you can get into trouble in flip. Because flip does, what flip means is investors, they look for properties which are really old, not really old, uh, means like good properties, or like a bad property in a good neighborhood, or mostly they are foreclosed properties. So these foreclosed properties, what does foreclosure means? When somebody buys a home and they couldn't pay the loan, the bank is going to foreclose the property. They throw them out, and the bank takes ownership of the property. That's what foreclosure means. So once it's foreclosed, the bank doesn't want to keep the property, they want to sell. So this is what the investors are up against. Some of them is called sheriff sale. You are going to, whenever the auction happens, you buy. There are online auctions, there are on-site auctions. Sometimes it's kind of regular sale. It's listed through, like our firm has a connection with the Wells Fargo Bank, and their foreclosure property comes to us. So different agencies have different connections. So once you have a foreclosure property, it's probably most of the time it's as is, means like who are buying it, you are responsible for all the inspection, including the township inspection. So the risk is like you need to check it out, but most of the time you get foreclosure property at a very less price. I'm working on one of the deals where he got a really good deal. Then we are going to close, but he's doing the township inspection, everything. So foreclosures, so what people do, these investors, flippers, they buy this foreclosure property. Sometimes there are a lot more foreclosures, sometimes there is very less, right? And it can be all over the place. So you cannot concentrate in one place. You need to be able to go around. And then you need to have a good contractor, right? Good handyman, good contractor, who can take the property and he can fix it up, right? You may put a new kitchen, you may put new air conditioning unit, new flooring, depending on how much you need to do, right? So when you buy it, you need to really do a thorough analysis. How much you're buying it for, what's the latest market value if it's in a good condition. Then you calculate, right, how much money you need to spend. So you need to have enough buffer and carrying costs you need to accommodate, so you can make profit. I know people making very good amount, like probably minimum will be 20,000 all the way to 100,000 profit in one deal, right? So these big people, like the big investors who made a lot of money in flipping, they have a crew, they have a team, they have a realtor like me, like let's say very experienced realtor who knows what he's doing. So they go with them, they get the property, negotiate the property, get the property. Then they engage this contractor after closing. They do all the township, like plumbing, electrical, all the construction work. They get the township permits, everything, put the house back into market and sell it for a profit. What are the risks here? The risk is like, okay, sometimes I did seen this multiple times. Everybody thinks they are a great investor. They don't rely on a good realtor. They don't take advices. They just jump in and they do the house based on their taste. So you need to look at the crowd taste, like what are the general public like. You need to go with like that, the painting, the upgrades, everything. So if you do to your taste, then people won't like it. Then the property is going to sit in the market and you're going to pay taxes, mortgage and all that. So you have to be very careful. You work with a real good realtor and a good bank and a good set of contractors. Then you sell it and make money. And once you sell it, then you can, if you have a property, you can take home equity loan, buy another one, or you sell it, make profit, then go after other ones. So there are so many shows also around this flip. So if you have any questions on that, you can call me. I can get you details whatever I know. So these are the different categories of investment. So some people look at foreclosure property. Foreclosure property can be like smaller condo, or it could be like a big single family home. So there are many people are engaged in this renovation and flip. So these are different categories of investment. Anybody can do investment. If you have only $40,000, you can start it in a condo. If you have 100,000 sitting there, you can probably start it in a multifamily. So there is no limit, but right now the loans are a little tight for multifamilies, the rentals, just because of the coronavirus environment. But otherwise, you can still, if you have money sitting in the bank and 401k, which is not giving you any interest, you can invest that towards real estate. So what I seen is my experienced experienced investors, their calculation is they are looking like, okay, they have to get an income of about $10,000 a month from all these rentals. So once they retire, they get the $10,000, they can live happily. So that's their objective. So that's the basic real estate investment in a nutshell. There's something called short sale. It's not my big fan, because short sale means somebody has a higher loan, maybe they refinance more than the property value, and they are trying to put it for sale for a lesser price, and they have a more mortgage. So they are telling banks to take less price. So short sales takes forever. It can take 6 months, 8 months. Sometimes it can be quick. I did one short sale which went relatively quickly, but most of them sits there. So that's not a best idea to spend time on it. Foreclosures definitely, flips definitely, and multifamilies definitely, condos. So depending on what you want to do, how much money you want to spend, but anybody can start. There is you don't need to have too much money there. It's always good to put some money towards the real estate investment. You're putting money towards stocks, bonds. Stock market is in speculation base. Like sometimes it can go up, sometimes it can go down. You can get 10% return, or you can get 0%. Your money can be wiped out. In real estate, you always have the house with you. Like as long as you pay the mortgage, you pay the tax, you have it. If you don't pay, then they're going to take it out. But otherwise, you have some physical asset and you have tenants. So the best scenario is you started low with one property, then you kindly go to the next step, slowly grow your assets, right? If you take any millionaires in US, all of them, most of them will have some good real estate investment. So my advice to most of the people is, if you don't have anything, at least start with something, get an experience, get to the next level, and make some money. There are real life success stories. I recently worked with a client who, as I said before, he made decent money from buying a property, multifamily, then keeping it for 5 years and selling it, make a good chunk of money. So these can be passive also. You don't need to spend your time. You use help, and you can start it in the alongside, like in the part time. You don't need to do full time. And once things are moving forward, maybe you can jump in and do it in a full time. So that's my advice for real estate investment. If you like this one, I would love to hear from you on whether you collected any information from this video. How do you feel it? What can be more added? So a lot of comments, I like it. I'll be watching it. So add your comments there in the YouTube video. And if you like this video, subscribe it. There's a subscribe button. This way, whatever videos I'm posting, you'll be knowing about it. I'll be putting, my plan is like, it's a sense of giving back also. When I can help somebody, I'm happy. It makes me happy. So this is one way of doing it. I'll be adding life lessons, because I meet so many people and everybody's life is different. They are going through different situations, different difficulties, different challenges. So I think when I went through this real estate, what I feel is like when I sit with the person for 10 minutes, 5 minutes, I can pretty much sense them, what kind of people they are and what problems they are going through. So it's a lot of experiences I want to share. It will be helpful for you. So when you come across some situation, maybe this will be helpful, how to go around it, how to overcome that challenge. Again, thanks a lot for watching the video, and you can subscribe, and you can like if you like it, you can put comments, and it's all for you. Thank you. Bye.